Hi there. This is a reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Today we're going to talk about what trauma is stored in your body and hopefully where. And the reason why I'm doing this reading is I firmly believe that trauma gets trapped in your body, and then it can cause ailments, even illnesses. So that's my belief. If you don't believe that or you don't want to hear about it, skip the video. But if you're curious as to why you might be feeling a certain way in your body, not feeling well, we're going to hopefully dive into what's going on with you. But it is a collective reading, so, you know, I'll do the best I can to get it all. Thank you so very much for being here, by the way. Two of Cups. Well, that's really good energy. Queen of Cups. You're very, very loving. Beautiful. Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. You've got absolutely beautiful energy. And I mean, I already know that, but maybe you need to hear it. Knight of Cups. All of the cups. All of the cups. One more shuffle. Eight of Swords. Okay, that's getting into the trauma part of it. But maybe you needed to hear beautiful energy. You've got beautiful, loving, strong, loving energy. Okay, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Two of Swords reversed. The Empress upright. Oh, this one wants to come up for sure. Queen of Cups reversed. Interesting. There's something about how you were treated by people. And I say were because maybe you're not surrounded by those people anymore. You could be. I feel like I want to pull this top card. Where am I going to put it? I want to put it with the Queen of Cups. Eight of Swords reversed. Okay. Chariot upright. But yeah, I feel like the people that you were surrounded by were not very giving emotionally. Like, you are a very, very giving, loving type person, but the people you were surrounded by were the opposite. But I feel like a lot of those people have left your life, whether they were pushed out of your life or you decided to cut ties with them. Whatever the case is, doesn't really matter. You might still have people like that in your life, though. I'm getting kind of a pain in my neck. And that makes sense because the last card that showed up was the Ten of Wands. Look at all that shit this person's carrying. Yeah, you've had a lot of people kind of depend on you and even like giving their burdens to you. Because this is who you are. You're like this very nurturing, loving, supportive, loyal, like just beautiful, beautiful energy. And people notice that about you and they take advantage of the fact that you're like that. And I feel like a strong sense of the trauma or the weight, like the pain in the neck, is because you're carrying so much residue from past people that, you know, you originally carried like the stuff for them, and even if you're not with them, you're still doing it. I'm getting even pain in my shoulder blade. So you need to clear that energy out because you're clearly not trying to carry for those people anymore. But I see it like building, like I'm thinking agenda, but that doesn't really make sense. But, well, you'd be pulling out the blocks, right? To get rid of, like, well, eventually make the other person, like, knock the blocks over. But, getting rid of the blocks that are, like the tower, getting rid of the blocks that don't belong there. There's a lot of, like, blocks in your tower that are other people's blocks. So you need that's a big trauma thing, carrying other people's stuff. You're probably a caretaker type, especially with the Empress. Like, you really care about people, and you want to help people even to the detriment of yourself. I'm getting, like, anxiety and just kind of, like, pain here, heart chakra related. You definitely you have a strong belief in knowing now that you put a lot more out there, like, towards other people that you didn't get in return. And I'm so sorry. So hopefully, and I believe this, but hopefully you're being more selective about who you're spending time and my right ear was just hurting. Maybe words that were said to you, harsh words that were said to you, you might still be carrying. Even words you might have been saying about yourself because of, how other people perceive you, and then you're, kind of perceiving yourself that way. But yeah, my chest is it's like heavy, like weight, on my chest. So sorrow, pain, I'm going to see if my friend Catherine can come off this video and do like my friend Catherine, you should follow her. She's, her business is synchronicity. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. I'll tag her. Synchronicity energy or something like that. But she's an energy healer, quantum energy healer. So maybe I can get her to come off this video and, like, release some of the energy. I'll see. Not making any promises because she's got the energy, but I feel like that would be helpful for us as a collective, because this heaviness in the chest is very. It's a lot. It's like you're carrying a lot of pain from your past, for sure. And just because you're the kind of person who just, like, because your intentions are so pure, like, you just think everybody's like that. And unfortunately, they're not. So you've had a lot of heartache, a lot of sadness, a lot of sorrow. And it stuck with you throughout the years because you care deep. Like, you're very special. You're one of a kind. You just care so deeply about people. Like, I don't think they understand the gravity of what it's like being around someone like you, because it's real. Like, you might find that people are intimidated by you or just don't get you, and it's because you're rare. Like, right from the get-go, when you meet people, you're just all in. You're just like, you sense that you might have a sense they're good, and maybe they are, but not to the extent of you, and then you end up getting yourself hurt, and it's all kind of just sitting here. And I'm sorry. That's tough. And I relate, because I'm the same way. I really do. Like, I think people think I'm not honest, like I'm being phony, and it's not. Like, I'm a genuine, kind person. I might be a little, come on a little too strong or something, but it's because I'm excited and I like people and I like people I know, but if I get a strong sense that I like your energy, I want to jump in and be friends with you, So I just can't get rid of this pain here. It's a lot. But you might struggle with anxiety, and part of it is because of the pain that you've gone through, with losing people, especially like people you thought were like you, or you saw their potential. That's a really big thing, I feel like. Yeah, it's a lot of people have let you down, for sure, but not you. You haven't let yourself down. So let's get into the Kipperish deck, because I feel like lust. A lot of people are drawn to you, like you're attractive. They sense something about you, but they're looking at you in the wrong way. Like they're not seeing you. It's very hard for people to see you because they're just not that deep. You're divine feminine. Like they ain't that, they're not divine. Whether they're masculine, feminine, or both, that's just energy. But you are a gift to the world. I mean, I hope I keep expressing it in this video, because I don't think you grasp what it's like to be in your energy. No access. Block the fuck out of those people. I'm getting a strong hit now on my crown chakra. We'll see what comes through. And I don't think this is like trauma. I just getting a hit about something that is about to come out in the reading. Okay? Just to kind of explain. Thief, liars, cheaters, stealers. You've met them all. You've met them all. You know what, like, they all look like now. Getting a pain in my neck, but like right here. That's weird. Throat chakra. Duh. Hello, McFly. Anybody home? Yeah, I knew this card was going to come out. Real love reverse. Thoughts. Okay. Well, so it was a crown chakra hit, but it has to do with the mind. You spend a lot of time thinking, overthinking, wondering shoulda, coulda, wouldas about people, but hopefully you understand that there's nothing you can do differently. Like, you can't mold a person or change them into, like, even if you see their potential and see where they're headed, like, there's nothing you could have done differently. They chose their own path, right? You've got a strong sense of wanting to help people, and like when you see the potential, you see what they're, like, it's still all here. You see the potential and you want to really help them identify what the potential is, but like, that's not your responsibility. Again, like, it's this. And some people have the potential, but they're not meant to tap into it, or they're just not going to choose that, right? So there's nothing more that you could have done to change. So that might keep you up at night. Hopefully it's not, but that might be something that ails you. Like, you're a very accountable person, like, back to that purity. So when things don't turn out the way that you think with, like, these kind of people, you take it personal because you think that you failed. And again, it's just not your responsibility. 16 is significant. This is something you might have noticed at 16 that you do with people, where you can read them well, and see that potential. Interesting. I never really thought about this. I love that this is coming out. You can read people well. You probably can read people better now. Like, you can see the potential, but maybe you have an understanding of, like, their capacity or capability to tap into that. But when you were younger, you saw the potential and ran with that. You couldn't really see the depths of like who they really are as a person and what they're capable of doing. And the crown chakra is heavy hitting right now. Like your intuition wasn't that strong then. So it was like, oh, I see you. I see your soul. I see your soul. But I don't see what is actually who you are now. Like, if that makes sense. Like, what your motivations are or anything like that. Like, I don't see how you can harm me or how you're showing up as a person. Okay, look at not the evil eye. This wanted to all go here, so we'll look at that later. That was a lot. That's okay though. I told God we're getting deeper. And here we are getting deeper. We go deep and we don't get no sleep, 'cause we be up all night. Not that going over there. Everything's going not completely to the right, but next to the right. Nope, too many. Way too many on that one. Maybe I'll grab this one. Occupation. This is funny. I kind of talked about this the other day. Like feeling like you're not as far along in life as you'd like to be. There's something about achievement, because I see achievement here, that you're harboring, like it's stuck somewhere. Does this want to go here? No, I think this here. We'll have to see what comes up, where that's stored in your body in a minute. There's a lot of trusted coming out in reverse. I'm so glad that happened. Locked, reversed. There's a lot of like relational, like especially romantic stuff coming out here. And you know, for people who are like, I have a romantic partner, like I understand that. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the past. So it's important and I got chills, it's important that you listen, because even if you're in a great relationship now, like I am, okay, I'm in a great relationship, but my past still affects me sometimes. Like it can happen if you haven't dealt with it, and I am tingling all over my head right now. So this is important. I'm not here to, and sometimes messages do come out about people who are in your life now, your romantic partner, okay? That might happen, but I'm not here to tell you if you belong with so-and-so. I'm here to help you get to the nitty-gritty, the trauma. And trauma shows up in our everyday life, in our everyday relationships. And a lot of times, probably most of the time, it comes up in our partnership with romantic partnership, because that's who we're with most of the time, right? Not to say that it doesn't affect other relationships, but you know, those are just like very important relationships to people. So, you know, just to kind of clear that up, because I've had people say to me, I like it better when you don't focus on romantic partnership stuff. And it's like, if it comes up, it comes up. And those are very important connections for us. So there's a lot in this reading about romance. And just to be clear, unless you are and I've got pain here, this isn't my heart, this is my chest. But close enough, I guess. Oh shit, what was I gonna say? Well, if you're here and you resonate with what I'm saying or what I'm gonna say about that, it's for you. Okay, and if you're still in a connection like that, hopefully this helps you, like a toxic or not so good connection. Hopefully this helps you. But I feel like a lot of you have moved on from that, and this will just be like past energy. Okay, I'm getting a pain in my arm. I'm not having a heart attack. Heavy lifting, pain in the back, pain in the neck. Okay. Some of you might get like tingly, like your arms get tingly, or like there's maybe numbness or something, or maybe it's shoot, I don't know. It's pain in the body. So it could literally be anything. Maybe a pinched nerve. Like I've had a pinched nerve before in my neck and it went all the way down my arm. You might have something like that, or it could be something more serious, whatever the case is. Those big illnesses like autoimmune diseases. I was just talking with my mom about autoimmune diseases and how I feel like women tend to get those more because we carry more. And I believe that a lot of times trauma plays a role in it. So if you have an autoimmune disease, that's probably coming up for you too. All right, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles reversed with pathway reversed and occupation reversed. So I feel like growth for you, I don't want to say in general, but I feel like it might have taken you a long time to figure out what you want to do with your life. It might have taken you a long way just to kind of find your way and kind of gain footing in your life. Like me, I'm a late bloomer. It took me a while to start to kind of get my life together. And that's okay. Like, that's totally okay. Everybody kind of moves at their own pace, right? But you might have struggled with finding a career that was suited for you, or going to school, like college, I mean, but getting on track, like getting on a specific pathway. And, like trauma wise, I feel like belief system is coming up. So like what you believed you were capable of doing, and it could be because of how people made you feel about yourself, or maybe you're just overly critical. I just did a video about that. I feel like I want to get a dead inside card though, so we can see, like I want to pinpoint the thing it could be different for everybody, but I want like the main thing, like the main trauma. It's too much, overstimulation, panic, mental overload. What's on the bottom of the deck? Overstimulation. So you might have some form of ADHD, OCD even, where concentration is hard, and maybe that stunted your learning. Maybe it stunted your ability to focus at work or even in school. I definitely, in school, I had trouble with that. But the overthinking is coming to mind here, for sure. What if I get it wrong? What do I do? What if I'm not as good as other people? And I'm getting that pain in my arm, but it's coming here. Like you might be somebody who, just constantly tense with the anxiety piece, that you might have anxiety, but your body might just like tense up or shake or like there's something with your, what am I trying to say here? It's your body like making different moves or something. So you may have tics, like nervous tics. That's what I was looking for. When you get overstimulated, you might, move your body, you might do something like that, or, but I feel like it's like I'm seeing all these things thrown at you, like, and not physical things, but like, do this, do that, do this, do that. And, you get like overstimulated by learning because you're like, I gotta have it all, I gotta know it all now. So your mind's like, ah, and everything's too much, right? Anxiety is definitely a thing that's happening for me a lot in this reading so far. So you probably struggle with anxiety. And if you don't, that's good for you. But I feel like there's a lot of people, like your trauma, the trauma you've experienced kind of triggered that for you, anxiety, okay? And hopefully you're working on it, whether it's medication, therapy, herbal supplements, whatever works for you. Meditation is a really good, and breathing exercises, in through the nose, out through the mouth slow, that sort of thing. And I'm still getting tingling up here. So I definitely feel like overstimulation is a big part of why you struggle to learn, or why you struggle to find the way, because you're like, what about this? What about that? I could do this. I could do that. And it's like, okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I relate. It's very hard for me to do one thing at a time. ADHD. It's a real thing, and it's not fun. Medication helps me, but even that, sometimes I get anxious and it's like too much. So, Two of Swords reversed with, not me taking a big breath there, Faith. Unbothered reversed. Jezebel reversed. Rich guy upright. Indecision is definitely something that you struggle with. And I mean, the fact that we're talking about overstimulation is for sure a thing. I feel like trusting your judgment is hard for you because of whatever was placed on you. Maybe somebody made you feel like you couldn't trust yourself. I definitely feel that like you're an old soul, but maybe it took you a long time, like me, to kind of grow up, in the sense that you might have been emotionally immature, or you just didn't know how to go about life. Like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with life. Literally not knowing what to do is definitely a thing. Like not knowing, like feeling like you don't know, even though you know a lot. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it other than that. I'm really trying to keep this age lit. Your faith has been tested time and time again. But you've kept, oh God, oh no, sweatpants are getting holes in them. I love these sweatpants. They're so soft. Here, we're gonna come up here and try to do this. I feel like you've kept your faith, like surprisingly, with all you've been through. It's pretty incredible. Whatever your faith is, okay? But especially like in yourself, and it's probably taking you a long time to do that part. But being the unbothered and the Jezebel feel like it's attached to this rich guy. And not that there was a rich guy, but it feels like you a lot of times made yourself act unbothered by situations and people, but the way you felt was different. So there's a lot of buildup, residue, chills again with not being able to speak your feelings out loud with people. Chills. especially men. If you're a woman or if you're a man or whatever and you date men, they made you feel like any kind of attachment, emotional, like if you're trying to get emotional attachment or any kind of connection with a guy, you had to give something for it, whether it was sexual or not. That's, your scenario, but it's probably tied to sexual things. And that might be part of your indecision because you're like, can I trust myself to make the right decision? Because I'm, it's like a cycle, this first, then this first with this, and then we're going to pretend like we're not bothered that this guy disappeared or he treated us a certain way or whatever the case is, right? I feel like I want to look at these numbers. No, nothing. I'm getting a pain in my shoulder blade again with this. Let me see where else. I'm really glad it's showing up in my body so we can, do that. We can share that. I'm definitely feeling something somewhere. So you might struggle with like urinary things, maybe even stomach issues. I feel like it's trapped there for like sexual things or intimacy, like general intimacy, nothing related to sex. I feel like I want to get another dead inside card here. This is a really important one if you resonate. Not everybody's going to resonate. Not that one again. No, we want about this specific trauma. You might struggle with your sexual identity or being sexual. You might be afraid to be sexual because of I'm fine. Suppression, numbness. I'm getting pain over here, right? It's a lot of the right side, actually, I just noticed. Facade, yeah. Pretending. I said pretending, didn't I? Blaming the mood. Emotional projection, lunar excuse, emotional distance. Okay, there it is right there. But emotions, do you see how I was saying right from the beginning, you're a beautiful emotional person, but these people are like so detached. It's like insane. Facade, like they're pretending, like there's a mask here. They're pretending to want to commit with you, but really it's like, I want something from you that I can get elsewhere too, or maybe they feel like they can sense you're special, like I was saying, but they're looking for the wrong things that you don't want them to be looking for. Like you want a real commitment, like faith. You want a real thing, but they're like, So you have had a hard time trusting your judgment because of the people that you've allowed to be in your space. For sure, 100%. You have better judgment now. There's no question about that. So stop, like, that came up in the beginning and it's coming back again. So please trust yourself. You know better. Like I was saying, when you're younger, you could tell potential, but you couldn't see the big picture. And I had a tingling in the back of my head. That always tells me, like, it's kind of like the crown chakra, like I'm hitting on something big. So you know better now. You can trust your decisions. But part of the trusting your decisions too, it goes back to the first row of like, okay, what do I want to do with my life? What's my career? Where am I going? Crown chakra heavy. I feel like your judgment, you have trouble trusting your judgment on most things. Like even you might struggle to make a decision about food. Like you're just like, I don't know, what's the right decision? And it's like, there's no wrong decision. What do you feel like, right? You just don't want to go with what you feel because you're like, oh, it could turn into something bad. Red is significant. your morals might be extreme now because of this, because of that. Don't be like strict with yourself. Like, you're not you don't have to parent yourself, okay? That's what I feel like I have to say. Red is significant though, so that's root chakra. That's the ground chakra. That's getting things grounded into reality. Be more intimate, playful, run with your sexuality, whatever you feel in the moment, okay? Don't be afraid. I'm getting anxiety from that. Take baby steps with that, baby steps. I've talked about this not frequently, but it keeps coming back up. So it's like Spirit saying to you to take it slow, but you really need to, you really need to allow yourself to feel safe if you're in a safe connection, okay? And you know if you are or not, you know. The Empress. Oh God, expectations. Expectation reversed. Healer reversed. And the Hammer. Yeah, people are truly enamored with you. They are enamored. And it comes out either in a good way or a bad way, unfortunately for you. And I'm getting anxiety again. You might have had people be extreme with you. That's not comfortable. Like harmful to you because they were so enamored with you, but they don't know how to show up, how to show that healthily. And especially if you withdrew at all or you set boundaries, like they really went to the extreme. And you might have had, people watching you or, like creepy kind of things that you didn't like. There's a lot of false energy showing up here. People had ridiculous expectations for you throughout your life. Parents for sure did. Teachers, false mentors, yourself. Like, the expectations that were put on you made you be really too hard on yourself, for sure. But yeah, a lot of false type, like projecting this. I was just curious. Hey, stop doing that. They keep on chewing on their wood. They're not going to have anywhere to sit. That Empress, like pretending to be Empress or Emperors when they're really like pages, or knights, they're not, they ain't it. But you are really protected, by the way. I just noticed this like swirl around Empress. Like you yourself are protecting yourself now, but you have a lot of protection outside of you too, which is really beautiful. You've worked a long time for that. She's got red nails. I love it. But yeah, I feel like now you can kind of sense when people are speaking the words like they're a healer or that they're, trying to help you really, because no one, like, I don't believe that anyone's going to heal you. Like, I can't heal you. I can help you. Absolutely. But you got to work on yourself. Like, I can give you the information and help you this way, but like especially readers that tell you, or intuitive guides, because that's what I am, tell you that they can heal you are full of shit. But I'm getting kind of a headache right now for this part. Like on my right side again. I forget what right side is. Somebody's gonna have to look it up and put it in the comments. But I feel like pressure. It feels like pressure. So pressure in your body anywhere. Maybe it's not your head, but maybe you struggle with sinuses. Like I've struggled with sinuses my whole life. migraines, like that sort of thing. It's because of the pressure, the expectations that were put onto you. And it's still a problem for you because you do it now. Like you've taken on the role of putting pressure on you that other people did. Yeah, people just have higher expectations for you because they see your potential too. That's part of it. But they see what you can offer, and also because people have taken from you, they're just like, okay, now I'm going to take this from you. Now I'm going to take this from you. Now you got to do this for me. Like always asking for way too much from you. Sorry, I'm like leaning, trying to be comfortable here. So that's okay. I'm allowed to be comfortable. So then, Queen of Cups reverse. I almost said Queen of Swords, which would line up perfectly with the Queen of Cups reverse because the Queen of Swords is cold. And this Queen of Cups reverse is a cold energy as well. Eight of Swords reverse there's like a million cards here. Thoughts. Real love reversed. False document. Distant future reversed. Achievement reversed. Evil eye reversed. Commitment reversed. Commitment and achievement feel connected. Man, this is a lot. Okay, I want to do something here. I'm going to put, so real love, commitment together. Thoughts, evil eye together. And then achievement, distant future, false together. I feel like whoever this Queen of Cups is for you could be a mother, could be a father that's feminine, could be both. It could be some kind of important figure in your life, like a mentor, like a false mentor, like I'm saying. It could be like a couple different important people in your life, important connections in your life, love connections for sure are coming through. Kind of created a lot of trauma that you have, okay? Not kind of, they did. It's not a kind of. They did do that. You used to feel trapped by these people, but you're not anymore. You recognize that they don't define you, okay? Defined. So I said defined. They used to define you, but they don't now. I want to see, before I get into the cards, if I can feel anything in my body. It might be hard because there might be a lot tied to that. I've noticed we've had a lot of heart chakra, we've had throat chakra, we've had root, we've had crown, we've had third eye, we've had sacral. The only thing we really haven't had is solar plexus. My neck's hurting again. On the right side again, of course. The back of my head's tingling. I'm getting tingly lips. That's kind of weird. I get tingly lips when I get anxious, though. So you could be, coming back to the heart chakra. Well, I don't want to sit here all day. This is where Catherine will come in. But I feel like there's a lot of different body parts at play, most likely. I'm just, not, like I say, not going to sit here all day and see what comes up. But in your love life, it affected you by not being able to find real connections and people who will commit with you. And I also feel like you have trouble with commitment because of the trauma that was put on you by someone who is not emotionally stable, or, well, I was going to say available, but stable and available. They're not emotionally stable. They're not emotionally available. Not nurturing. They're not like you. Not nurturing. Might be harsh with their words. Could be manipulative. I just thought gross. They're gross. Like, I'm looking at these flowers, and I wouldn't normally look at this. I'd be normally looking at the color, but the color, it, like, there's so much color in here, but look at the flowers are like white. They're like dull looking, gray. And I mean, this card is very black, gray, silver. They think they're better than everybody. Probably narcissist. And it, like, it's so unfair because you're so wonderful. And unfortunately, that's usually who narcissists can pick out. Like, they can tell who you are and take advantage of that. My arm's hurting right now. So yeah, in relationships, you struggle to find people who commit to you, who promote that it's real, but it's really not real. Within your life, like the beginning, achievement's been hard. You are just waiting for your opportunity, but it never comes. It's going to now, but it was never coming. You had people telling you false narratives, but like trying to get you to commit to like negative things or sign. Like, you have contracts with people, like sacred contracts. Well, not sacred, but like karmic contracts that, might have held you back from some things too. It's interesting though, because I feel like you have had achievement. You just don't see it as achievement because like you're comparing yourself to people who are, they've got house, they've got money, they've got a job, but are they really happy? Like, you are actually someone who tries to be happy or works on having happiness in your life, and it's not about monetization. Evil eye reverse thoughts. You might have had a lot of projection. You've had a lot of projection onto you with this evil eye. Negative projection. It might have kind of plagued your thoughts, and how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, etc. I mean, there's so much here. I could spend all day talking about it, literally. 10 of Wands, like, Spirit really doesn't want me to hold this because we're not doing it anymore. With Trusted reverse, Divine Feminine, and Divinity reversed. Interesting. Yeah, I'm telling you, you've had so many people who were false energies, who were projecting or pretending like they're divine feminines too, or divine masculines, but they really just wanted you to hold their shit. Here, hold this while I go do my thing. Like, here, you have this, and I'm gonna go over here and live my best life. Like, fuck you. No, we're not doing that. There's a lot of trauma around how you're perceived by other people, how you present yourself because of other people, what you carry because of other people. Literally how you show up in the world because of other people. But the very interesting thing, I love that this card is in the middle, is that for the most part, you still stay true to who you want to be and who you are. Like, you still stay kind. You have trauma, you have things that you do that might not be like in your highest good or other people's highest good because of these experiences, but you're not going to let them define you at all. You're so amazing. I'm so proud of you. Like, most people wouldn't be able to handle the stuff that you went through, but you came out on top, and you still have a long way to go to the top. Like, you're climbing. You're gonna always be achieving, and because of who you are, you're gonna get everything that you want because you fucking deserve it. I'm getting kind of a pain in my stomach on the right side. Again, Catherine's gonna have to share what the right side is, at least with us, because it's yeah, you are gonna win no matter what. The Chariot, okay? You're moving away from this bullshit. Moving away from it, yeah. And I love that for you. What's under this? Love spell reverse. Yeah, you're not going to be tricked. Death magic reverse. You're not going to be tricked anymore by lust or anything that other people are trying to offer you that's bullshit. Like, you see the truth now, and you're on your path of healing, and that's really good. Overall, I feel like you've got trauma stored in your body, but nothing serious. Like, I feel like it could have gone worse for you health-wise, but because you're protected, like, Spirit's like, no, you've had enough burdens, we're not going to put anything else on you. And because you're choosing to heal, you're going to, it's going to be minor things that people have. But get a massage maybe, because my back started hurting again. You deserve that. And I kind of want to end this on a high note, because I was talking very good about you. Like, Spirit wanted to point out the trauma, but it's like, hey, let's not forget how amazing this person is. And yeah, keep saying good things about yourself. Do some affirmations. Let's get that destined to have card again. That's what we got the other day. Was it yesterday? I don't even know. Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. Yeah, you're probably in service for sure, because you want to help people. You don't love people. Like, you might not want to be around people all the time, but you want to help people. Venus, give and receive love, find value and see beauty. You really are beautiful. Like, you're glowing. Your essence is glowing. Your spirit, your soul, everything is beautiful about you. I love that soul part too. I never really picked that up before. That's really good. Square, a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. Climbing that mountain, okay? Yeah, I mean, things haven't been easy for you, and God recognizes that, but it's all because you can handle it, and you're coming out on the other side so much better than you have ever been, is what I want to say. House 7, profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. See, that second, sorry, my mom was calling me. That second row is really important, to tap into intimacy, being vulnerable. Whatever intimacy looks like for you, doing that thing, okay? I want to see this one too. Aries, independent, bravery, and passion. Yeah, tap into your passion projects and really speak your truth, okay? Especially because the throat chakra was coming up. Thank you so much for being here. Any likes, shares, comments, subscribers to my channel are super helpful and appreciated. If you'd like to donate to my channel, that's not expected, but appreciated. I have CashApp, Venmo, and PayPal, and I will put that in the comments as well. I now have a phone number, so you can do a one-on-one reading with me on the phone, or you can just call me to book or text me. If you text me one time, I will do a message for you for free. And then I have a booking website, which I will share with you in the comments as well. Please share in the comments if you resonate with this reading, anything that stood out to you, or anything you want to share from your story. This is a safe place. And also, if you want to recommend a reading topic, I'd love to hear it. I'm always open to ideas. Thank you again for being here. Have a good one.